More than 12 subdivisions sit on Bozeman's south side, and 10 years ago, about half of that ground was farmland. The one appreciating the fastest right now is an older in-town pocket most people drive right past without a second look. Meanwhile, all the new construction going up along 19th gets all the attention. So if you're moving to Bozeman and you've zeroed in on the south side, the hard part is figuring out which of these fits the life you're building, because they aren't the same. What you pay and the lifestyle you get swing hard from one subdivision to the next. I'll group the top 12 so you can find your spot fast. And at the end, I'll give you a simple way to cut them down to the one or two that fit you best. Keep thinking about that older pocket though. It looks nothing like the shiny new builds you'd expect to be winning. Everything under construction right now sits in one group, the new construction builds south of Kagy. That's where you go for a modern home nobody has lived in yet. Gran Cielo is the one that surprises people the most in my experience, especially buyers coming from out of state. It's built around a central park with a mix of condos, townhomes, and single-family homes. But what catches people off guard is the design. Gran Cielo leans into a clean, Scandinavian-inspired style you don't see anywhere else in town. And out-of-state buyers almost always react the same way. They expect that level of architecture and finishes to cost a lot more than it does. And that difference is a big part of why this subdivision sells. Just south of Alder Creek and east of 19th Avenue, Blackwood Groves is the most ambitious thing happening on the south side right now. It's a 120-acre walkable mixed-use community, so the plan isn't only houses. What does that get you though? Parks, trails, and eventually shops and places to eat woven into the neighborhood with a range of home types. If you'd rather walk to a coffee shop than drive to one, this is the bet on what the south side is becoming. But what's the catch? That word, eventually. You're buying the plan and the coffee shop shows up later. So you'll live through some of the construction while it gets built up. Right nearby off South 19th near Meadow Creek, Southbridge gives you modern homes, some standout condo products like the Leica units, big mountain views, and quick access to Hyalite. Why this one over the other two? It's further along, so you're not waiting on a development to fill in around you. If you're researching a Bozeman move, this is the kind of breakdown I do for every part of the valley. So please subscribe, and the next neighborhood you're curious about, it's already waiting for you. Now, let's go in another direction out to the larger lot neighborhoods where you trade walkability for room to breathe. Bigger lots, real privacy, a lot less traffic, and you'll usually pay more per home for it too. Sundance Springs has been the name in this group for a long time. Larger lots, a stocked pond, direct trail access, and many of them back onto open space. It sits close to Sacagawea Middle School and Morningstar Elementary, which matters if you have kids. So who does this fit best? The buyer who wants to feel removed without actually leaving town. Gardner Park sits off Sourdough, close to Triple Tree, and about 10 minutes from downtown. Lots run right around an acre, give or take, depending on where you land in the subdivision. So what exactly are you buying into here? A mix of condition. Some of these homes have been renovated top to bottom already. Others are sitting in their original 70s look or somewhere in the middle with updates from the 90s and 2000s. Demand is always strong from out of state and local buyers here. And for the same reason, they want more room and not just inside the home itself. The lot is most of the draw. If you're after a renovation project that will pay you back, this is one of the best places on the south side to find one. The trade-off is what you'd expect. An original 70s home means a renovation budget stacked on top of the purchase price. So you need to run both numbers together before you fall for a home. Set close to Kagy Avenue, Painted Hills is one of the most sought after addresses down in the south side. And you're still minutes from MSU and the trailheads. Large lots, substantial classic homes, wide open views of the Bridgers and the ranges behind them. Why do they hold value the way they do? The lots and the location aren't getting built again. Before we get to the two highest end neighborhoods down on the south side, I want you to think about what I promised you at the start. There's an older in-town subdivision appreciating faster than almost anything new, and most people overlook it completely. We'll land there at the end, and spotting a pattern like that early changes what you'll pay. Now, let's talk about the top of the Southside market, the luxury and large acreage end, where the lot sizes jump and the prices follow them. Home 40 anchors this group. Large lot living, roughly 1.2 to 1.8 acres per home with ponds, mountain views, and trails built right into the community. So what actually makes this rare? It's the combination. You get acreage and privacy while staying close to downtown with easy access toward Big Sky and Hyalite Canyon. Space that generous, that close to town, it's hard to find, and it's exactly what a lot of relocating executives are after. Next, Triple Tree sits at the high end of the south side, the kind of private, mountain-set address buyers chase when they want land and seclusion without giving up the Bozeman zip code. Real quick, if you're getting value out of videos like this, a quick like helps me know which neighborhoods to cover next. Finally, our last group, and it's where the south side started. These in-town neighborhoods are established, closer to Montana State University and downtown, and often the most attainable way in. Meadow Creek is the anchor. It's big, built up, built around trails, a pond, open space, and recreation fields. So it's a favorite for families who want room to be outside without leaving a subdivision. And backing right onto the Main Street to the Mountains Trail system, Westfield gives you larger lots, mature trees, and a door you can walk straight out of onto a trail. That tree-lined feeling takes decades to grow, which is a big part of why this subdivision holds up. Next, Alder Creek is the older, larger neighborhood the new construction builds grew up around, with Blackwood Groves right beside it. You get an established street with quick access to everything happening down here. And new highlight view, the tree streets, is the one I told you to wait for. On paper, it's one of the older in-town pockets, right around the corner from the hospital, MSU, and downtown. But something is happening here you can feel in the ground. Younger families and a wave of millennial buyers, they're moving in, taking these original homes and putting real money into renovations, and that's pushing values up fast. The location does most of that work. It's walking or biking distance to all three of those major locations, and that's gold for a remote worker who wants their whole life inside of a few minutes. And here's the tale that proves the demand. When a home in here is priced correctly, I usually see multiple offers. But where's the risk for you? It's that same competition. You're bidding on an older home that likely still needs work, so it's easy to stretch on price and find the renovation bill waiting on the other side of closing. So while everyone is watching the new builds go up across 19th, this older neighborhood is outrunning a lot of them. That's the full south side, top to bottom. Now, the part that matters, where do you land? Let's start with the one thing you care about most, because each of the four groups answers a different priority. If you want a brand new home, a coffee shop you can walk to, then there's the newer construction. Do you want room to spread out, land, and privacy? Then that puts you in the larger lot and luxury neighborhoods. And if being established in town and on the more attainable and matters most, you're in the classic in-town group. Next, run your top pick through the lens of both kinds of wealth. On the lifestyle side, ask which of these fits how you want to spend your day to day. After that, check it against your budget. What can you carry now and what still has room to grow? When a neighborhood lines up on both of those for you, that's your shortlist, and it's usually one or two, not all 12 of these. So wherever you land on the south side, your home is probably going to be your biggest pool of equity, and the neighborhood and the timing decide how much of it there is when you want to make your next move. I'm Chase Heiland, a real estate advisor and broker here in Bozeman. I moved to Bozeman in the Gallatin Valley in 2016, and I picked my own spot here too. So I've made this exact move myself. Now I help busy professionals make that same move, and my Montana move method is how I do that. It builds a plan for the money you're building and the life you want on the other side of this move. I put together a free relocation guide that walks you through finding your exact fit. You'll find that in the description, along with a link to book a call if you want to talk through your exact situation. And if you're listening, look up Live in Bozeman, because I have all this information on my website too. Now, before you go, let's start a conversation. Tell me which of these South Side neighborhoods you're drawn to most, and whether you're buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on the area. If you want to know which one of these neighborhoods weighs up against your budget, watch the cost of living breakdown next. There's one line item on that list that runs cheaper here than almost anywhere people move from, and it changes dramatically what you can afford. It's linked right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.